Hi, it's Susan again, ready to do our craft for today. And today I'm at the West Side branch. We've been open Tuesdays and Thursdays 1 to 4:30 for about 2 months now. We started in October and it's already December. So just thought I'd remind you guys that we're here for you. Also open at Bayview, the Bayview branch. All right, so this week I've been looking at fun crafts again. I try to look in books that we have, and I have finger knitting for kids. I'm going to explore the finger knitting part a little more before we try something from the book. But at the same time, a good friend of mine just offered me some yarn. She gave me this beautiful bag, lots of yarn. And then I was talking to a friend at work, and she said, well, we can do Godseyes or Ojo de Dios. So we're going to try one of those today. So for Godseyes, all you need is 2 popsicle sticks. You might have them at home if you eat something a popsicle, and then you wash them off. Or these are tongue depressors, craft sticks. You could even pick 2 little twigs to make your eye. The only other thing you need is, besides the craft sticks, is a pair of scissors and enough yarn. This is plenty of yarn. So here we go. So to start the Godseye, I just need to take my 2 sticks and make a cross out of them. Some people suggest you can glue them, but you don't really have to. You just need to make sure that they stay in this X or cross shape. So I'm going to start by just making some X-shaped. I'm going to wind it a few times this way, wind it a few times this way, wind it a few times this way, wind it a few times this way to get it started. And keep it a nice straight X or T. And in the books I looked at using nature, it is kind of cool when you can use branches, little twigs, but today we're using these. So the trick is you go around this once and then over to the next one. Around the stick once and then over to the next one. Around the stick once and over to the next one. Around the stick once, over to the next one. And I'm going to try to cover up the string I used to start with that I could have tied, or in some way it's securing the cross, the X. So around this once and then over. Around this once and then over. Around this once and then diagonally over, and trying to keep pushing it so it's flat, so the yarn on any one side doesn't overlap. Around this once, over, around this once, and over, around this once, and diagonal. When I say over, I'm saying diagonally over. Around this once, and diagonally over. Okay, I'm getting it a little bit skewed. And if you feel ambitious, if you want to make it even more kind of cool, you can use 3 sticks. And once you get started, it's supposed to be kind of fun and sort of relaxing. You don't have to think too hard, but for me, it's been a long time since I've done one. So I'm going to make sure I'm watching it. And of course, the more different colors you have, the more fun it is. You can even use a yarn that has different shades in it. Okay. So by now I have a nice design. I'm going to keep it going. So if I think it's time to start another color, I'm going to need to cut it and tie it. I kind of want to decide what my back side is. So this is my back side. off, and now I'm going to decide on another color. Maybe I'll use the red, maybe I'll use the multicolors. Okay, so when I'm ready to change colors, I want to leave myself a good bit that I can tie to the next piece of yarn. So here's my next piece of yarn. I kind of like this red. I was looking for a royal blue, would be another nice color in this scheme. Okay, so then I can continue. Kind of want to hide this one. I'm actually going a little bit backwards. Let's see if I can do it to pull it off. Around and over, around and diagonal, around and diagonal, around and diagonal, okay, I'm stretching this a little tighter, and I want to make sure it stays flat. Around and diagonal, around and diagonal, I'm going to snip these shorter. Hope I can cover them eventually. Okay, I've gotten to the next step with my Godseye. I'm ready to tie it off and get another color. So I'm going to cut and give myself a good bit of leeway. And then I'm going to pick my third color, which is actually multicolored, and tie that on. Okay, so I did my third color, and the colors are pretty good at the end, at the outside as well as the inside. And then all else I need to do is leaving myself a little bit of string, which I did. And then I tied it into a little knot so that I can hang it for the holidays. Maybe an ornament on a tree, or hang it in my window. So just remember too, you can ask for an activity kit for kids that has some of our other STEM activities from November. And adults can ask for an adults art kit, which is a different activity completely. But we'll see you here for STEAM for Kids next week.